Hey, how you doing, everybody? Back again with a public service announcement. Don't know where I put the pictures. So, have you seen this woman? She was last seen the night of the last U.S. presidential election. She was seen that night. She hasn't been seen publicly since. And she just recently was seen in Greenland, walking around, knocking door to door, trying to talk to people, probably saying things like, "Please, save me. I'm being held captive." Now, of course, I don't blame you if you have no clue who this person is, because she really is being held incognito somewhere. This is the second lady, Usha Vance. And she is nowhere, incognito. Now, why? That's my insulin pump. It's not happy. Why, you might ask? First ladies and second ladies play a very important role in advancing their own personal agendas in terms of U.S. administrations. The answer is pretty simple, and I'd like to just spend a few minutes talking about it with you. Usha Vance is a very accomplished woman in her own right. She is very smart, and she made one unfortunate mistake. She fell in love with a prick. Now, this is not a Republican thing. This is a MAGA thing. I know many Republicans. I am related to many Republicans. And Republicans and I don't have an issue. We get along. I make my politics. I'm open about it. They're on my, I wear it on my sleeve. I talk about it on my channel. Republicans and I have disagreements on the role and nature of government, on fiscal policy, but the ultimate thing is we talk. We respect differences. We relish debate. And we talk to one another. This is not a Republican thing. This is a MAGA thing. And it became real apparent early on in the last presidential election what MAGA thought about Usha Vance. They despised her. They openly booed her. They openly hurled racial epithets at her. And what did J.D. Vance do? And this is what makes him a prick. J.D. Vance did nothing. At a minimum, he should have defended his wife. He should have stood up for his wife, and he should have defended her in front of the people who were supposedly going to vote for him. Because that's what a husband does. He defends his wife and his family. But MAGA doesn't like people who are not white. That is part of their cruelty. That is part of their intolerance. And for them to hurl the racially toned intolerance and epithets at Usha Vance and the Vance's biracial children, and this is particularly painful to me because Usha Vance and I share the same racial heritage. And yes, Usha Vance and I differ on an ideological perspective. And I have people who share my racial heritage, who share Usha Vance's politics. They're in my family. We love each other dearly. And I can imagine having conversations with people like Usha, who I know, who are my relatives. That's why this hurts me on a deeply personal level, because I've been in her situation, to be in an interracial relationship and have family members on the other side not be as accepting as one would want. But that's for another day. MAGA does not like interracial relationships. I mean, they don't like non-whites. We know that. But what makes it even more disgusting to me is that J.D. Vance does not defend his family. He does not say, hey, MAGA, this is a line you do not cross. You do not come after my wife. You do not come after my kids. And if you do, I don't want your vote. I don't need your vote. I don't want you in my party, because that should not be tolerated. He doesn't say that. He just smiles that smug, wry smile of his. It's just vile and disgusting. And I feel sad for Usha Vance, because she is a smart, highly educated, accomplished woman who has a platform and could do a lot of good and could shine a light on any number of issues which she is interested in. But because the current administration is more interested in placating the needs of their overly racist, bigoted base, they're keeping her locked away in a bunker somewhere, and she has to run away to Greenland to get some help. And unfortunately, Greenland is pissed off at us like every other country on the planet and won't even open their doors to her. So, I'm sorry, Mrs. Vance. I feel very sorry for you, and I hope someday you get the flowers that you most richly deserve, because you are not going through a good time right now. But just know that there are some people out there, regardless of political party, that see you, that appreciate you, and that know that you have a lot to offer. And hopefully you'll get a platform and a chance to give back to the country in the way that I know you most desperately want to. Thank you. Take care. And I'll see you guys soon.